I remember vividly when I was 1 year into starting my business and not making much money. There was a quote that I always quoted, which was people overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year, but wildly underestimate what they can accomplish in 3 years. And at that point, I was only 1 year into my business, but I really liked the quote because to me, that made a lot of fundamental sense. And now that I can tell you that I'm just about 3 years in, it is 1000% true. Today, I had two calls with two different potential clients, completely different than the $300,000 per year client that I'm talking to. I'm talking to him on July 17th. I'm preparing remarkably for it. But there was a humongous real estate developing company who wanted my help, who's seen what I've done for Ken, who I'm mutual friends with. But they are not my ideal client, but I gave them an exact strategy that I think they should follow. And then one of the biggest people in the business macro space reached out to have a call with me today because they've seen what I've done and they want to see how they can hire someone like me for them because I had turned down his work in the past. Just about everyone here would know who he is. What I'm trying to say is your skill sets develop so much over time when you only focus on delivering value and just trying to make more money. I could easily take on a lot more work and I could make a lot more money, a substantial amount. But I want to build a really, really great company. And I don't do that by fucking up my brand. Right now, all of my clients have been lifelong clients, besides my old business model, where I've for my new business model that I have, where I'm just getting a percentage of what I can make people. And I am helping them grow their social medias, mainly on YouTube, and then converting them into customers. I have every single client I've taken on has so far been a lifelong client, and everyone is extremely pleased with what I've done. And so I'm thinking I can just take on a client every 6 to 8 months, especially now with I'm getting introduced to these mega whales, where this client that I am potentially talking to on July 17th, it is $25,000 per month. And it's just amazing how much all of this stuff is all the results are so asymmetrically skewed to the tail end, which is just the natural bell curve that you see over and over and over again. But because I have paid to work for people so many times, now it's just kind of writing your own check. So that's just getting through a few years of not making any money. And I'm still trying to sacrifice my short-term income for a long-term future because all I think about is how will this impact me 5, 10 years from now? And I want to build something that is going to be great in 10 years from now because that really, really, really excites me. So I'm just trying to move one step closer to that every single day. And it has been working so exceptionally well to now. I have never been more excited to work in my entire life. Working now is the most fun that I have. I'm at the gym and I'm thinking, I got to finish up my workout so I can work. I wake up, I start working. Before we go to bed, me and PJ are talking about work, so ridiculously excited. I mean, I don't think you guys could fathom how excited me and PJ are talking about work at nighttime before we go to bed, ready, excited to wake up. I mean, PJ, attest to that.
I can attest to that. We get pretty freaking inspired before we go to sleep.
Did you ever think it'd be this fun working?
No, never. Well, I mean, it was fun in high school when we were working.
I don't know what he's talking about. But I mean, it really is something when you have a purpose, like when you have a mission and you are just trying to accomplish those types of things and you're pretty passionate about it, and there's an end goal in sight because the vision is becoming more and more clear as to what needs to happen. So it's tough to make a video every single day because it's such remarkably slow progress. There is no insane progress getting made on a day-to-day basis, but 365 days, a ton of progress can be made. And then 1,000 days, so much progress can be made. So when I'm making a video every day, I've been sitting here stumped for the past 20 minutes thinking, what the hell do I talk about today? But this is just what happens. Everything is slow. It's slow, but it's really all starting to come along. Now what I do is I just say no to hundreds of opportunities, and eventually the home run pitch comes, and then I'm now I'm just trying to take that home run pitch because I just got it. I've been waiting for my dream avatar clientele to walk on my doorstep, and it has finally happened after probably 200 no's of me turning down work. That's really what it takes. Ken, one of the guys that I work with who has a 10,000 unit real estate portfolio, he turns down a few hundred deals per week or per month before they find a deal that or they're looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deals at his real estate company. And eventually, after the past few years, and they just found one that made sense that they're buying because he was not going to overpay for the high interest rates and high costs. He thought that people were pretty stupid buying big multifamily deals during these past few years so he didn't buy anything. But now there's extreme distress and he's buying a project 30% lower than construction costs. And that is absolutely huge, especially on a $100 million deal. So he's been waiting and he's been saying no to everything. And he's been frustrated because he thinks people have been overpaying, but now they're screwed and he's sitting there waiting to collect. He's buying when there's blood in the street. And right now in these large multifamily deals, a lot of these people are screwed and they're going to Ken for help. But what he was doing was saying no to every single opportunity until he found the pitch that he wanted to hit. And that's what I've been doing since probably March. I've been just getting a bunch of balls thrown at me, but I haven't been forced to hit them. I finally got this exact person that I want to work with, and I'm going to try and hit it out the park. And then I bet 8 months from now, there'll be another potential client like that. And at the same time, I'll be trying to build my team, build the skill sets of people around me to where we can facilitate this kind of work. Then there's a few other things that I'm working on, which are super fun. I'm just excited to see where I will be 5 years from now, because I started this video off with the quote of, you wildly overestimate what you can accomplish in 1 year and tremendously underestimate what you can accomplish in 3 years. And I am so much further ahead than my 3 years ago self could have ever have dreamed of. I thought that I was going to be making a lot more money. I thought that I'd easily be making a few $100,000 per month because I was an idiot. But from what I actually know to compare to what I thought I would know, it is so much fucking more. I mean, it is insane of just spending 8 to 10 hours a day learning and getting better at something for 3 years straight. It is remarkable. It also shows how high the barrier to entry is to get into business, because I'm just now starting to make a little bit of money. So what does that mean for you if you've spent if you watch 25 YouTube videos on how to make $10,000 per month? You're not good enough, most likely. I mean, there's enough business to go around for everybody. I believe that in my absolute core. But if you are not making money, it is because you don't provide any value. And I used to think I was more deserving of making more money than I actually was. It all comes down to how much money can you create for the marketplace. And if the answer is none, you are getting paid the exact amount that you're supposed to be. Unfortunately, 3 years ago, I did not. But I thought that I was deserving of the same income that I have now. So I think that is the moral of the story. Wait 3 years of just grinding every single day. And it's actually fun. I mean, I am thoroughly enjoying just kicking ass every single day.